So we have friends in high places, as our Politics Award demonstrates. And to make this presentation, you'll be delighted to know, we have Downing Street royalty in the house, as we've already seen, sort of. Margaret Thatcher was one of the most polarising British political figures of the last century, and the venue we find ourselves in couldn't be more appropriate. It was in this very ballroom, as we said earlier on, she celebrated her 80th birthday among friends including none other than the Queen, and of course, as also mentioned, we're in the company of Richard E. Grant, the Michael Heseltine, who came face to face with Meryl Streep's Margaret Thatcher and lived to tell. Well, Maggie's legacy lives on in a wonderfully unexpected and gloriously camp way, most notably in the brilliant West End show Margaret Thatcher, Queen of Soho, to present the Politics Award. Of course, nobody else we could ask, but herself, Lady Thatcher.
Dang, I know 80. Nivea. Yeah, that's right, I'm back, dears. Rejoice! Thank you. It was meant to be Katie Hopkins, but unfortunately, her gay icon status has been revoked, whereas mine is well and truly intact. Many people were surprised to hear that I actually am an LGBT icon, but I had a lot of gay friends in the Conservative Party. As you know, there's nothing more than conservative than being a closeted homosexual. Now, I'm here today to present an award, but I would like to say that it's been very flattering this week to hear that I've been named the the ultimate female of all time. Many people were upset about this, but to them I say, well, did Marie Curie invent Mr. Whippy? No, but today we're here to talk about a remarkable man, an Australian no less, an Australian who's done more for LGBT rights than anybody else, except perhaps Kylie Minogue. But it's not just gay rights. He's been a supporter of nuclear disarmament, animal rights, and was an active opponent of apartheid. Some of us were. Unfortunately, he never was able to take office in the 1980s, partly due to his more extreme positions on radical, loony lefty ideas like a national minimum wage, anti-discrimination laws, gay equality, devolution, and a negotiated peace process in Northern Ireland. Absurd. But we do have one thing in common. We've both been denounced by Michael Foot. And it's true that, unlike Harvey Milk, there's no film of his life. But I do hope that one day, when it does happen, Meryl will be on hand for you too. There you go, Richard, another job for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome I'm very, truly honored to welcome the winner of the Politics Award at the Winq magazine for Peter Tatchell.
Well, thank you very much, Darren and Winq, and Margaret Thatcher. And thanks to all of you. It's a great honour. I do my bit, as do many tens of thousands unknown, unsung people, and it's our cumulative, collective effort that has brought us to this place where Britain today has some of the best LGBT laws in the world. So please give a big round of applause to everyone who's contributed to that fantastic process over the last decade. Having said that, of course, in many parts of the world, things are still very, very grim. And I'd like to dedicate my acceptance of this award to the very brave, heroic LGBT activists in Russia who are persevering against an authoritarian state which has repressed their movement. Many of them have been imprisoned and beaten up, but still they persist. Those men and women of the Russian LGBT movement are true heroes. Please give them a big round of applause. I am now approaching 50 years of human rights activism. I began I began my LGBT campaigning way back in 1967 at the age of 1969 at the age of 17. And I can remember that my real inspiration was the black civil rights movement. I saw how they fought and won black equality, and I thought, if black Americans can do that, LGBT people can do it as well. If black people are an oppressed minority, so are we, and we have a just and righteous claim for equality and human rights. And as many of you know, I've sought to try and adapt some of the methods, the non-violent direct action and civil disobedience used by the black civil rights movement to help secure LGBT equality in the Gay Liberation Front in London in the early 1970s, in Outrage in the 1990s. And that has been part of a bigger, broader movement, which, as I said, has brought us to a place where we have so many advances won after so many decades and centuries of persecution. I can remember in 1969, I estimated, based on the experience of the black civil rights movement, it would probably take about 50 years to win legal equality for LGBT people. And that's turned out to be more or less pretty accurate. But of course, there is still work to be done. We still have an epidemic of homophobic, biphobic, and transphobic bullying in our schools. We still have unacceptable levels of homophobic hate crimes. So my view is we've made those fantastic changes. Well done. There's more work to do. Never, ever give up. Thank you.